Drum Brigade.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We are back again.
Uh-huh.
Man, these things, we're just pumping them out, Phil.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I am pumped today, too.
I know, you got that mate power.
Ooh. Phil made me a pot of yerba mate, and I'm like 1.5 down, and I'm amped right now.
You're looking pretty jacked.
I'm ready to take this show on. Like, I'm ready to do this. I don't even care, Phil. I'm ready to do this.
I don't even care either.
Yes, sir. It's the Drum Brigade show. I am Korey Kingston. Sitting across from me, I'm talking so fast right now, dude. I'm talking so fast. Right across from me is the fantastic, is the Philadelphia, is the phenomenal Funky Phil Pardell. What's up, Funky Phil?
Everything's awesome.
Yes. We are in beautiful San Diego, California, in the Beat Locker at Funky Phil's Castle. What's the hassle?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. This is the Drum Brigade podcast, episode 3. Well, it's like episode 13, right? Yeah, but it's episode 3 of season 2.
Yeah.
So why don't we just call it episode 13?
Okay.
Gosh,
whatever you want.
We need so many more episodes. Whatever. All right, episode 3. Just call it whatever you want. Episode whatever. So yeah, you can get this podcast on all the different platforms. You can get it on iTunes, on Stitcher, on SoundCloud, on TuneIn, on YouTube, and on drumbrigade.com on the podcast page. We have this is our audio-only podcast, so you can get it on all those platforms. But we also have a web show coming soon with lessons, with funny skits, with reviews, with Phil's Phil of the day, with all kinds of things. So that's coming at you soon, but not yet. So you can get that on our YouTube page soon. We have some lessons and stuff like that up already, so you can get all that. For the YouTube content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as well as all of our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that jazz. Okay, and then we also are working on building our Patreon, so you can support us. We'll have exclusive content for the Patreon as well. That's all coming soon. Right now, we are working on the podcast. Let me tell you a little bit about Drum Brigade. Drum Brigade is a community, it's a family, it's a place for drummers, drum enthusiasts, future drummers, and people who are just plain into music and culture to be among like-minded individuals. Drum Brigade is a way to support each other as fellow drummers and musicians, but also a means to push each other to excel and expand horizons in a spirit of camaraderie rather than negative competition. Drum Brigade has products, events, as well as educational lessons, videos, t-shirts, sticks, stickers, sheds, community events, all kinds of things, you name it. We try to do it all for our community. Drum Brigade, it's the brotherhood of drums. So the question is, are you part of the brigade? For more information, please visit drumbrigade.com. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You ready to get into this, Phil?
Heck yes.
All right, let's do this.
Drum Brigade.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm still buzzing from our episode last week with Kevin Noguchi.
Yeah.
That was a good episode. That was a long episode, but that was a good episode.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Kevin's he's a deep dude, man. He's a great drummer too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, I just texted him. He's like about to leave on tour. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I forgot to post about our episode last week. I'm going to post it before I get to my gate. I'm like, all right, let's do this. So anyways, how was your week?
It was awesome, man. Yeah. I had some fun gigs, some different ones.
Yeah.
I sat in with a band I don't normally play with.
That's
in the hot seat.
Oh man.
It was good though.
You were subbing for like one of the baddest dudes in San Diego last night.
Yeah. Yeah. Pressure's on.
Yeah. He's like the teacher of all teachers. He's like the teacher that teaches the teachers.
Yeah.
Or one of the teachers that teaches the teachers.
Yeah.
How many times did I just say teachers in that sentence? So yeah, Mike Holking, man, we got to have him on too. Like,
big time.
super nice guy. Super good drummer. Dude can read anything you put in front of him. That's probably why you got the gig, because you're the same. And like he writes full arrangements for like that band.
Yeah.
Their piano player is amazing, and their singer is amazing.
Yeah, the whole band's amazing.
Yeah.
They just kill it.
Their piano player is also my piano player in Shuffle and Bang, and his name is Bobby. That dude's ridiculous.
He is.
They
He's
got
awesome.
like, that's an all-star band. They got like all the top dudes in San Diego to play in that band.
Yeah.
And they got like, what, 500,000 views or something, 1 million views on like a video that they posted for a Shaka Khan song.
Yeah, that was a good video.
Man, nuts. So cool. So you played some gigs. You're back playing gigs. You didn't have a week off.
No, I worked this week. Yeah, it was good. There were fun ones though. I did like a bluesy, jazzy brunch one.
Nice.
Again, that's always fun.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, Phil, we're back. I ain't trying to hear that right now. I mean, it was a good week. It was a really good week. It was a good week. Like I played another session with Shuffle and Bang yesterday. I got a session today. All that stuff. But my soapbox right out the gate is about Apple.
Like
Now-
the delicious fruit that comes off
No.
of trees.
I love apples. But this is not about apples.
No,
This is about Apple.
singular.
Yes.
Yes.
Apple.
As in the tech mogul.
Yes. That freaking company. Let me just tell you briefly, because we got to get our guest on. But here's what happened. Friday, we had a business meeting. I wake up at like, I don't know, 6, 7 in the morning. I don't really want to get out of bed, so I flip on my iPad, turn on Netflix, and watch some Office, watch, I don't know, Parks and Rec, whatever. I just watch something while I'm like laying there and trying to get my head wrapped around what I got to do for the day. My iPad works flawlessly. It's working great. Okay. I go down to San Diego. We have our business meeting. I leave the business meeting, pull out my iPad to go over some of the notes that we took on the business meeting. My iPad is not working. Not one thing wrong happened to this iPad. It wasn't dropped. It wasn't wet. It wasn't nothing. I used it in the morning, and then I try to use it on the way home. It doesn't turn on. So I'm like, maybe the battery's dead. Maybe it just got stuck on and the battery's dead. So I plug it in at home, flashing Apple symbol. So I'm like, bro, this thing is like, this isn't good. What happened? Like, this is like the newest iPad you can get.
Cutting edge. Best technology. I need this iPad, dude. Like, I teach lessons with this iPad. I use it for sheet music, like on gigs. I use it for, there's so much that I need. I use this iPad for this show. This fool sucks. Yeah.
Okay? I use this for this show, dude. I use it for the show.
And
So
He's triggering all his samples on his iPad.
Yes.
This fool doesn't know how to play gospel chops. This fool sucks.
Yeah.
This fool sucks.
I need this iPad.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, so anyways, this iPad is not working, and I have no other iPad, and so I'm panicking. So I call T-Mobile. I'm like, first of all, I'm still paying on this iPad. I'm still like paying it off through
You bought it
T-Mobile.
from T-Mobile?
Yeah. It's just added onto my phone bill. I pay like whatever it is, $30 a month or whatever, and I can have the latest, greatest iPad. So I call them, hey, my iPad's not working. Okay, well, you don't have insurance. I'm like, wait, I thought I did.
What?
They're like, no, you have insurance for your phone, but you don't have insurance on your iPad. Well, I thought when I was getting insurance, it covered all my things.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my bad, but whatever. My beef is with Apple, okay? Not T-Mobile. T-Mobile's trying to help me out, but they're like, okay, let's try to reset it. Let's try to plug it into your computer. Let's try to reset it that way. We can back it up, like blah, 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 blah. Nothing's working. Okay, sir, it looks like you need to go into the Apple store and have them reboot it for you. Okay, so I'm like, sweet, I'll do that. I go to like I have a gig in Temecula, which is like I don't know 45 minutes from me. Go to the Apple store in Temecula. They're like, hey man, yeah, sorry, the wait's about 2.5 hours.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, I already went out there like 2 hours early, and I'm like, by the time they fix it and all that stuff, it's not going to work. Okay, I'm going way like I'm telling you the long version of this, but anyways, they can't do anything. I'm like, I'll come later. So I make an appointment for the next day at like 5, but I'm in Escondido the next day in the morning. So I'm like, let me just pop in and see if they can like just plug it in and see if they can reboot it. They're like, the wait's 3 hours at Escondido.
Oh.
And so I'm like, dude, I'll just come back for my appointment. So I go all the way home, 30 minutes away, go all the way back at like 5. Literally, this is where my soapbox starts. Literally, the guy looks at my iPad and he's like, so what's going on with it? He's like the typical Apple Store guy. Like, he's like typing on like a little iPhone or something. And he's like, can I get your email? And he like types it in. And I know that's what they do, but I just didn't like this dude's attitude. I don't like his face. Like, I'm not into this guy.
I didn't like his face.
Just, yeah, dude, this guy, like, yeah.
Poor guy.
Okay, so he's like, so what's going on with it? I'm like, dude, first of all, this is my 3rd time to the Apple Store. They've all said the same thing. I'm like, so I don't know what's going on with it. It's flashing the Apple symbol. Oh, okay, well, let me see it. He tries to reset it, pushing the home button and pushing the lock button or whatever. Holds it down. Nothing happens. Doesn't turn on, nothing. Yeah, man. Well, man, she doesn't seem happy. Okay, so yeah, let me check this. Let me check that. Oh, no, yeah, literally does everything that I did at home. Just resets it. And then he's like, all right, well, he looks on his little iPhone. He's like, well, it looks like you're out of your like year warranty. He's like, I go, wait, when did I get it? Because it's like the newest iPad. He's like, well, you got it in like June or July of last year. And I'm like, dude, so I'm like a month or 2 out. And he's like, yeah, so basically in order to fix this, like the best thing that I can offer you is like you can buy a new one for about $480.
What?
Yeah.
We
We can offer you a new one for $480.
That's asinine.
Bro.
That's crazy. It's a year old.
Yeah. It's not, it's like, I'm like, I'm shaking. I'm furious because I still am paying on this thing. And so I'm like, well, like, that's not going to happen. I can't buy a new, what are you talking about? But I'm still buying this one. And he's like, and I'm just thinking about all the things that are like lost on this iPad. And I'm like, I have a dead iPad. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I go to back to T-Mobile. Hey, this is the thing. They're saying that I can buy a new one. I'm like, apparently I still owe on this one. When did I buy this iPad? They confirmed that I bought it when he said I did. They're like, yeah, sorry, man, you don't have insurance. And so now I'm even getting more mad. Like, dude, I thought I did have insurance, but you guys sold me the wrong freaking insurance. He's like, honestly, man, Apple can fix it. They're just telling you they can't. I'm like, this dude's just trying to sell me an iPad. I'm like, I can't even talk. The guy's like, yeah, man, like I don't know, man. You can't really do it. He's like, I'm like, what are my options? Well, yeah, like, I mean, there isn't really an option. You can have it repaired at like a phone repair place. I'm like, what are you even talking about? That's going to cost me a fortune. Anyways, long story short, dude.
Ugh.
I'm like, what are my options? He's like, well, you can pay this iPad off, which I owe like $270.
Ugh.
And he's like, and then you can trade it in and basically we'll give you like $320 for it. And then you can finance another iPad. So basically I would be like breaking even and then I would be starting my lease over. So it's like, dude, I'm like, well, at least I can get an iPad that works. So I was like, okay, worst case scenario, I can do that. And then he's like, honestly, I would go to a different Apple store and basically tell them that they need to fix this. Tell them your situation. He's like, they can't just try to sell you an iPad. They have to fix it. And he's like, it won't cost you $400 or $500. It'll cost you less than that. So I'm like trying to be nice to this guy, but in my head, I'm like, shut up. Just like, gosh, like getting super bent out of shape. But I'm like, okay, whatever. So get on the phone with Apple. care. The lady is like beyond nice. She's like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm like, I walked into the Apple store. This guy didn't do anything. I just drove 35 minutes to Apple.
Waited
The guy-
hours.
Yeah, waited hours. This is my second time today coming here. The guy just tries to reset it, which is what I could have done at home. And then he's like, yeah, you need to buy a new iPad. And she's like, I'm so sorry. This has actually happened to me too. This is an Apple Care agent like saying this. She's like, technology can be so frustrating. She's like, how far away are you from this place? I'm like 5 minutes. I just drove down the street. And she's like, I would go back in there, ask to talk to the manager and be like, I need to work this out. Like, this is the situation. I don't have insurance, but I can't afford to buy a new iPad. And the guy, I didn't like the way he handled it. She's like, whatever you got to say, just go in there and handle it. And so I'm like, all right, dude. So I drove back to the Apple store. Thank goodness the guy that was there that helped me was gone already.
Yeah.
And so another guy's like, so what's going on? I'm like, I just had an appointment. I just left my appointment. And this guy didn't help me. He basically just tried to reset it and was like, yep, it's broken, and tried to sell me a new iPad. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I'm still paying on it. I need to fix this, and I don't know how to do this. Thank goodness the manager was standing right there and listening to my story. And so he's like, basically like, I'll handle it. And then he's like, well, he didn't plug it in. He's like, you sure you had an appointment? And I like show him like, yes, I had the appointment. And then he's like, he didn't plug it in or anything. And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh man. Okay. He's like, well, let me see if I can do anything for you. And he ends up, long story short, dude, I know I keep saying that, but long story short, he's like, plugs it in. It doesn't work. He's like, this thing is dead. And he's like, I'm going to try to replace it for you. And he's like, you're going to have to pay something. It's not going to be free. And he's like, but I'm not going to do it for like $480. He's like, so it'll be way less. He's like, basically, I'm going to say that it's not powering on. So we're going to call it a battery issue, and we're going to charge you the battery fee and replace the whole iPad.
Nice.
And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, just let me work it out in the back. So he goes in the back. They're like, okay, look, for the battery replacement, it's $100. It's like $99.
Whew.
And he's like, so that's the best we can do. I'm like, I have no choice. I need my iPad. So they still got me for $100.
Dang it.
And I'm not happy about that, but they gave me another like refurbished iPad or brand new iPad. I don't know. And I uploaded all the iCloud, and like the whole thing that I was really like worried about is that this, like all of our drops were gone and I would have to remake those drops. If that was the case, we would not be having a show today, because that was a lot. It took me a long time to make all those. And I clouded that mug. It all came back and all of them were here.
Woo.
And so I got a new iPad and it's all good. I had to pay $100, but I'm not happy with you, Apple. Not happy with you, but I am kind of happy with you because that dude like helped me out, and the Apple Care lady was so nice.
Yeah.
But that other fool,
I
ain't down with that stupid fool.
mean, it sounds like T-Mobile should have been clearer about your coverage
Yeah.
too when they sold. I mean,
T-Mobile was like, it ain't our problem. Like, they're like, we financed you an iPad. It's supposed to work. They're like, it's not our fault it ain't working, which I kind of understand. But I mean, at least they gave me an option to like, you pay it off. We'll just give you right back the money, you know, as like, even though my iPad is not working, they would have like given me like a trade-in value for it. And then I could have just refinanced another one. So,
I mean, really a warranty should be more than a year for
for
an
Apple,
investment like that.
because they want you to buy the Apple Care thing.
Yeah.
And like, if you buy that, it's like another $80 or something. And then that's like 2 years. But that's, dude, I was like, you could take me to court. I am not paying for an iPad that's not working. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but this thing is not working.
Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, dude, I couldn't imagine. Like, I could not. There's gigs. Like, I could not have done that gig last night if my iPad broke.
Yeah.
Like, I had charts for everything.
Well, and like, I'm a pretty honest guy. Like, so if it was like my fault, I'd be like, dude, like, I dropped it, broke the screen. Now it's not working. It's my fault. I have to pay to get that fixed. But like, I literally did nothing. Like, it didn't fall. It's like, I'm super careful with my iPad.
Your pad just took a dump.
It just died for no reason. It's just like, I'm sick of this, and like, I'm ending it all, and it jumped off a cliff. So anyways, that was a long one. It was my first one. That's what happened this week. That's been my first soapbox. I ain't trying to hear that right now. Dude, and I was not trying to hear that right now, but we worked it out. You know what's weird though, is I had to like completely like I don't know if I was talking about last episode or the episode before, but like my blood pressure is like kind of crazy right now. And I could feel it. Like I could feel that mug going up.
Oh man.
I was just like, this is not good. Like I was like focusing on like calming down and like, this isn't going to be that bad. It's going to work out. But I was feeling my like anger, just like, dude, this is why I have to have a soapbox, Phil. I keep trying to tell you.
I know. We're here for you.
Other than that, though, my week was good, man. It's just super swamped, man. Super swamped. I just took on like I just took on another like residency gig.
Dang.
And they're giving me 2 gigs a week. They just gave me a month worth of work every Tuesday, every Wednesday for all of October.
That's awesome.
Which means that I could possibly quit my teaching gig.
Do it.
Man, do I want to quit that teaching gig.
I mean, teaching's rad, but your specific teaching situation is not ideal.
Yes. I want to teach on my own. I don't want to teach at this place. And I feel like if they fill up November, I feel like it's a done deal. I think that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
So I have to go in this week and I don't want to. So we'll see.
Yeah, I covered for you last week.
Oh, you did?
I worked with all your students.
Oh, man. Well, I haven't worked with them in like weeks, dude. So I don't even know how they're doing. I've been like on gigs like every week and I've been needing subs. So
that's good.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I feel like I really, really enjoy teaching and I really, really like enjoy when I was teaching like 3 days a week or 4 days a week, I had sticks in my hand every single day and it wasn't a gig situation. So I felt like I was getting a lot of practice in.
Yeah.
And shedding in and like working on new ideas and then teaching new ideas. And like, I feel like that's definitely missing right now because I'm just showing up to gigs and playing and I'm not getting a lot of practicing in.
Yeah, I know what you feel.
Yeah. And so I'm definitely going to miss that. I'm definitely missing that right now, but it's still not worth it, man. We gotta move on to bigger and better.
Yeah.
So, no offense to them. It's been real, but yeah, I gotta bounce. We got Kaimi in the studio barking again, but that's cool. It's just, it brings the home vibe. We got a guest this week. We got to get him on the phone. We're already 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
This week, our guest is Preston Parsons from
Vessel Drums.
Yes, sir.
The man. The man who makes them all.
Well, not them all, but no. Yeah, Preston's a good friend of ours. And all of our friends play Vessel Drums. And so he's coming on to talk about an event that he's doing and we might have something to do with too this weekend. So let's transition into our guest of the week, Preston Parsons.
Drum Brigade.
Yes, sir. We got Preston on the line from
Vessel Drums.
Yes, sir. What's up, Preston?
What's up?
Dude, Phil loves Vessel Drums.
It's true.
He loves
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
I Vessel Drums loves Phil.
So what's going on with you, man? What are you up to?
Building drums.
Heck
Building
yeah.
drums.
Yes.
Building drums, man. I'm hard at it. 80s and building drums.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love drums. And I love that you build
yeah.
drums. So like, are you building artist kits right now? Or are you just building show kits or like, who are you building kits for?
A little bit of everything. From people that play drums in their living room regularly to people that are on national tours.
Nice.
International tours at that.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Very cool. So we brought you on to talk about an event that you're going to be doing this weekend. We might have a part in it too. So it's the San Diego Drum Show. Before you talk about it, I'm just going to read this little thing on it.
Okay.
So I just looked up, this is from the San Diego Reader. It says this event features a clinic from Pat Piffner. I don't know if that's his real name, last name, but
that's it.
Piffner.
Yeah.
Okay. Widely known as the First Call professional percussionist with the San Diego Symphony, Pat will be presenting his collection of rarely seen drums and traps used in the early 20th century. His clinic will cover the development of these early trap sets and their influence through later years. Local drum makers, which I think they're talking about you, and collectors will also be exhibiting and sharing information about drums and drumming. The swap meet, I think, which is going to be like led by Ed from Drum Flip, will feature a large variety of used gear and is free to the public. Food will be available. Parking is free. Paid admission will include an opportunity drawing ticket because they're not allowed to say raffle.
That's correct. This is a wonderful state of California.
Yes. And it says a group picture of San Diego's drummers will be taken at the conclusion of the clinic. We can't miss that, Phil.
No, got to be there.
And
otherwise, you may not be a San Diego drummer if you're not in that that picture.
Dang it.
You know what the deal is with that, and this is why it's special, is because a lot of these guys are getting up there, and they've been playing drums for a long time, and it'll be nice to have a picture while they're still around,
Yeah, that's dope.
True. That is awesome.
Yeah,
that's one thing I can say about like the San Diego area is so different from a lot of other areas. Drummers, we always have like a drum community no matter where we go, but the San Diego area, there's something special about it, and I feel like there's like a new generation coming along. But we it's no we all play different stuff. Everybody knows like what kind of drums I play, but we still got love for like other companies like you and and Doc Sweeney and all that stuff. It's cool because it's part of the San Diego drum community. So even though we crack jokes and we make fun of like, hey, we got to be there, Phil, we're San Diego drummers, it is something special to be a part of,
Totally.
It's part of our community.
The community's awesome here, and it's really growing in support for each other and becoming something really cool.
Yeah. That's what it's like kind of all about. And we're stoked on that. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about this show. Like, what is going to be your involvement?
I'm just showing off what's been cooking this year. My patina brass shells specifically. I've got a Babinga kit that's going to be there, a cherry kit, the maple standards, some of everything. And I'm just excited to show it off and let people see what we've been doing here.
That's awesome. That's cool. Do you have anybody coming through to like demo or play or anything?
Yeah. There's some surprises.
Nice.
We'll have to see who can make it. But there's some cool things happening. I mean, Phil Pardell's going to be there.
Oh snap, Funky Phil.
Yeah, I heard Korey may show presence.
I've never heard of that dude.
This whole sucks.
We might find a Mr. Tim Newton Fig.
Oh,
Big Newton.
I'm a big fan of Tim.
Whoa, it could happen.
Wow,
it could happen.
I love that dude. We got to have him on.
San Diego royalty.
Oh yeah.
He's a bad dude. I just went and saw him play like 2 weeks ago, and he's as crazy as ever.
Always a treat. Always a treat.
I have a clip of Fig soloing. Check this out. He's great.
Yeah, I noticed right away.
Oh man!
Sorry.
The touch is unreal, dude. That's classic Fig right there.
Yeah. He's great, man. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got those triplets down.
Yeah.
Oh man. No,
That's gonna be rad though. I think I'm bringing my whole drum set too to this.
Dang, Phil.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if
The
you want
Phil
to,
Pardell
if you want to
signature
play the best drum set in the world, it's gonna be there. Just saying.
Of course it is.
Because they're mine.
Well,
Gosh,
the
Phil
truth
loves those
should be
drums.
told.
They are nice. They are nice, man. I've played those drums, and I've played Figs. I've recorded on Figs drums.
His are very nice too.
Did you know?
Yeah. I recorded
Wow.
on Bobby Caressi's album. There's a reggae track on that, and I'm playing Phil's Figs drums. So,
Really?
Yes,
Crazy.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I think actually everybody on that album.
Oh yeah,
I
even
think,
Mike. Huh.
I think Mike Holguin. Everybody is playing Figs drums on that.
That's awesome.
Nice. Where was that recorded at?
Lost Ark.
Lost
on
Ark.
Pacific Beach.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Dude, there's so many cool little recording studios in this place. Like there's always something new popping up, which is, has its own set of issues.
Yeah.
But there's some really cool recording studios in San Diego.
Yeah. There is. Yeah. Lost Ark is probably one of the best ones.
Yeah.
I was just at a studio yesterday. It's actually a music school too. It's called Avant-Garde. It's in El Cajon. That place is pretty
Right on.
dope. The guys who run
Right
it
on.
are all homies too. So it's like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, man. There's a bunch of, it's like, man, the music scene in San Diego, I can't say that enough. It's just happening out here. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And there's a lot of private recording studios in San Diego that aren't, it's an invite only kind of thing. One of my favorite is the Shed in Vista, but I was at Cinematic in Oceanside, and dude, that place is popping.
really, I don't even
It's
know either of those places.
little known spot right off Coast Highway down there.
Dude, I live in Vista, and I've never been to this Vista studio.
Yeah, dude. We gotta hang.
Yeah,
We gotta hang.
I gotta go there and check
Go.
that out.
This is the kind of studio you go, have a beer and just check it out. It's a very, very cool.
That sounds
But it's an
like,
invite only situation,
That sounds exactly
Um,
like what I'm all about.
Well, dude, you got the invite.
All right. Yes. Okay. So the other end of this SoCal drum show is that you're going to be there. You're going to be
Not
showing off some
the
drums.
SoCal Drum Show.
Sorry. San Diego drum show. San Diego drum show.
That's
it's
the one.
free.
So SoCal's cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SoCal's cool too.
But this one's San Diego Drum Show.
San Diego drum show. Okay. So it's going to have a lot to do with like education. It's going to have a lot to do with, obviously there's a clinic from a great drummer. And then there's a lot of stuff being showed, but there's a good possibility, like a strong possibility that we will be there recording a live podcast.
Oh, snap.
Oh man, I just dropped that.
Nice.
So, we're going to be working together. This is going to be at your booth, right? And we're going to be talking to people. We're going to have you on, of course, again, talk about how the day is going. Hopefully all the dudes that come through will be able to get on and chat a little bit about this and a little bit about that. It's just going to be a drummer hang, just like everything that we do. It's not going to be like anything crazy, but we're going to do a live broadcast from there this
Very cool.
Sunday.
This
And
Sunday.
we are excited.
Very cool.
See, Phil, now you have to bring the stuff because everybody knows.
Committed.
Everybody just heard about it.
Is there internet
yeah.
there, though?
Oh, yeah, we need internet, man.
Well, we only really need it for the phone
Ooh.
calls.
Yeah, but we're not going to take phone calls. We're going to do live interviews.
Sweet. We
with
don't need
people
the
there.
internet.
Yeah, we just need a spare mic.
Justice.
Okay, cool.
perfect.
So that's going to be happening this Saturday. It starts at 8 a.m., you said? Or the swap meet is at 8?
Yep.
And then the show is like
Yep.
at 9 until about 4. It's an all-day thing. It's all ages. Everyone can come. It's free to get in unless you want to buy a quote-unquote not raffle ticket.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and so there's going to be, it's just, dude, if you're a drummer, just go and support our community and be a part of the community. It's going to be dope. You're going to love it. If you love drums, you're going to get to play some dope drums. You're going to get to see some dope drums. You're going to get to learn something. You're going to get to buy used stuff. You're going to meet Ed. You're going to meet Preston. You're going to meet me. You're going to meet Phil. And it's going to be the bomb. Right?
There could be a not raffle ticket purchase that might get you a Vessel snare drum
Holy
What?
moly.
as well.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it might happen.
Shoot.
Okay, if that is an incentive, I don't know what else I can do for you people. Get your butt over there and win yourself a Vessel snare.
Moon Age. Don't
Yes.
forget Moon Age
It's a
food
food
truck,
Food-
which is
yeah.
like a North County, San Diego staple. If you see the knuckles that say Moon Age on the side of a blacked out food truck,
Oh yeah.
you want what that guy's cooking.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, man, this
Absolutely
sounds like a
amazing.
super fun drum event, man. Like, if you're not doing anything
Yeah.
on Sunday, go check it out. Oh, let me tell you where it's at.
Absolutely.
It's at the Musicians Union Hall, 1717 Marina Boulevard in San Diego. It's by SeaWorld. Yeah, just look it up. Or is it on your website, Preston?
Phil, is it on the website?
No.
Oh, boy.
It will be. Phil,
will be.
Phil, can you handle that?
Yeah, I got that.
All right. It will be on, by the time you're hearing this, it will be on the website. And then you can just look it up that way at, what is it? Vessel.com? Vessel Drums?
VesselDrums.com.
VesselDrums.com. Sweet. So all the information will be there this Sunday, 8 a.m. to
It's
4 p.m.
definitely on Instagram too.
Awesome. Preston, you down to do some rapid fire Q&A?
Okie doke.
All right, let's do it.
Drum Brigade Podcast.
Yes, sir. Why are you always laughing at my drops, Phil?
They're just awesome.
Dude. Gosh. Stop talking to me. This fool. All right. So these are rapid fire. They're not meant to really be thought out. They're just questions and answers, and some of them don't really have to do with drums. Some of them are just, we're just trying to let the people know who you are on a personal level. All right.
Okay.
So you used to play drums, or you studied being an engineer in college, right?
Well, I mean, I played drums since I was 4 years old. I played in a handful of bands growing up. And I actually was on a scholarship to the school that I went to play drums for their touring ensemble.
Oh, okay. So I completely had that wrong. Thanks, Phil. Just kidding.
What? I didn't say that.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew it was something like that, but yeah. So, okay. So then we got some of these are drum questions and some of them aren't.
Okay.
All right. So we use this one on the last, let's see. Let me find a good one. We use this one on the last one with Kevin, but we're going to use it again. So, okay, here's a scenario for you. You arrive at a gig, you see the grumpy sound man. He doesn't greet you. He doesn't ask about your monitor mix or nothing. And your monitor is either too loud or too quiet. What do you do?
Oof. You offer to buy the guy a beer, ask him how his day was, and reach into your pocket, and hopefully there's a butterscotch candy or something. And you're like, man,
That is a
how
good
you
one.
doing, buddy?
I didn't think about that. That's
That is a good answer.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think about that. Man,
Mhm.
buy the sound man a
Dude, but
beer.
miss- Yeah.
Why
Dude,
have I never
Butterworths
done that
go
before?
a long way.
Dude, why have I never done that before?
I don't know. You always yell at him.
I'm always so mad at the stinking. I'm like, hey guys, can I get more kick drum? They're like, shut up.
Well, little known fact is I traveled as an engineer for 15 years, so I know what it's like to be on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep it there. We'll be nice.
Okay. Cool.
We'll go with buy the guy a beer.
Yeah, that's a
By the guy
great one, man. I would have never thought about that. My thing was just try to be nice to them and just don't ask for much. Just try to deal with it.
Muscle through.
Just power through and. Okay, cool.
That's a good
Phil,
one.
you go for one.
Oh, I get to pick a question?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of scooter do you ride? You have to pick one.
Even if you don't have a scooter.
Elite.
Honda Elite.
Honda Elite 80
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
wrapped in duct tape.
That's old school. That's old school.
Yeah. Yeah, probably has a Vessel drum sticker on it.
Yeah. I do actually ride a scooter. It's a 78 Vespa P200. I'm a big
Nice.
Vespa guy. I like Vespas. I've had many vintage Vespas. I will never be caught dead riding a new one, Phil.
Yeah, right.
Phil.
Well,
Phil,
I mean, I'm trying to answer the question honestly, and the scooter that I own is a Honda Elite 80.
nice.
So-
Oh, you have one.
The scooter I want is a Vespa, and I'll take new or used,
Oh,
but
man.
preferably very, very like 60s.
Yes.
Definitely love the Vespa.
I had an old Vespa, like a 64. It was an Allstate, and then I had a 76 Rally 200. It was like a really beat up one. I've had so many Vespas, man. They're so fun. I've had vintage ones. I've had like not so vintage ones. I've had fast ones. And I love them. I want to get another one, but my wife won't. Like, she'd freak out if I brought home another Project Vespa. So, Phil, what kind of scooter do you ride?
What are those dorky ones that everyone rides downtown?
Vespas?
No, it's like a scooter. It doesn't have a motor. It's like
You push it like a razor?
Yeah, it's like a razor that adults ride.
Called? The black ones, I've seen them everywhere.
Oh, birds?
Yeah, I'm on those.
Dude, it's like a completely. That wasn't even in my brain.
It's
as
technically a scooter, right?
Yeah, they're also called scooters. Yeah. Well,
There goes my career.
okay. Preston, give us 3 things people may not know about you.
Grew up in a little town in New Mexico called Ruidoso.
Nice. Where you weren't like making meth, were you? Like Walter White?
Not me personal,
Okay.
but many of my neighbors were. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, and we won't go further with that. That story's over. So the other thing, may not know about me, from New Mexico, but never done meth.
Okay. Good.
I've never done meth. Yeah. What else? I mean, I'm just assuming everybody knows everything about me, right? Why wouldn't they? I mean, I've got to be a hot Google topic.
I'm still working on it myself.
Yeah.
This is always a hard one. It's like
third one is
3
always
things.
impossible.
I know. Same for me.
I can never do it.
The third one. I'm a size 12. What can I say?
Wow.
People probably don't know that. Rocking a size 12.
Man, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Okay.
I once went fishing in Alaska for 2 weeks and
Dang.
lived in a plywood box.
Okay.
With
That's a strong
and it
one.
was the most liberating experience because my phone didn't work.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's what I
And
want to
I
do.
had a friend who was like, "Why are you carrying your phone? They don't work here." 5 days into the trip, and I'm like, "I don't know." And it gave me the courage to not carry my phone. And now I often don't carry my phone, and it works.
I need to do this, except I don't want to fish. I just maybe
Yeah.
I'll catch him and
it
then
was-
throw him back.
It was a digital cleanse.
Oh, man. Okay, I got 3
Yeah.
new ones, Phil.
Okay.
Okay, 1, I secretly want to kind of do the same trip that Preston did, but as a cowboy in Montana on a dude ranch. Like, I secretly want to be a cowboy.
I can help you arrange either trip.
Like, I secretly want to do the City Slickers thing. Like, I want to be a cowboy full on, dude.
Scoop of chocolate.
Full on
Scoop of
wolf.
vanilla.
Yeah, high five wolf. Yeah, I
Dude,
secretly want to do this. And it's been like, this isn't like I just thought about it. This has been something that I've wanted to do for years, like 15, 20 years. I wanted to be a city slicker. Full on boots,
I have
hat, everything, belt buckle. Yeah.
Love it.
I have a family that has six sections of land out where they filmed the hills have eyes,
Oh,
What?
and I can arrange a trip there for you.
Oh man, I want to do it.
And it's not Montana, but there's a show that's filmed in New Mexico, and they say it's in Montana.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be in Montana. So, it's the same kind of feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I want off the grid. Like your phone doesn't work. You're a cowboy, dude. You're
Straight
a cowboy.
up riding
I don't
on
know.
a horse?
Yeah. I don't know how, riding horses, like doing whatever. Like, I don't care, but I want to just be like in the dirt and like with cowboy boots on and like, yeah. I want to say howdy, like the whole thing. And like, yeah, I want to be full on. I don't know how the vegan thing would work for that, but I mean, I feel like you kind of got to eat meat.
At least jerky. Some
Well,
kind of
being as
jerky.
the place I was going to send you was a cattle ranch.
Oh yeah,
You
I don't
might-
want to slaughter cows. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I don't know. And then okay, my second one, so my wife is black and like she's gorgeous and like I love her and all that stuff, but I secretly am very attracted to redheads. Like the more ginger, the better, dude. Oh man, big time. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know why. Just am. And third, my third one, man. This is a hard one. Third one. I've never smoked weed.
Never?
Ever.
Wow.
Never ever.
Have
Hard
you
to
been
believe.
around someone
Oh, I've been around
smoking
it.
weed?
I've definitely been
Okay.
around it and like probably been second
Well,
hand
dude-
high. But
Secondhand is amazing. Is sometimes better than firsthand.
yeah, and it's hard to believe being that I've played in like nothing but reggae and ska bands like pretty much my whole career.
You smoked even though you didn't actually touch it, though.
Yeah, probably.
You're just breathing the air.
I mean, I was just trying to breathe, man. I just want to live, Phil. I just want to live. Phil, you got 3 more?
Oh, man. Okay. All right. I, too.
Am attracted to redheads? I knew it.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say that.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry.
I mean, that's probably true, but I was going to say I, too, want to go on a cowboy adventure with Korey.
Oh, man.
out
Live
in the
podcast.
wilderness. Let's do it.
Wow.
Interviewing cows.
Interviewing cows. Riding on, but I would ride a donkey, I think.
Dude, that would be this would be so good for the Drum Brigade
We
web
gotta
show,
bring
dude.
cameras.
Oh my gosh, it'd be great, dude.
I want the hat. I want spurs.
Oh
I want
yeah.
all that.
Oh
S.
yeah. Oh yeah. All of that needs to happen.
Number 2, I have smoked weed,
Yes. Right before this show.
and there's wonderful things about it. But I'm deathly afraid of driving while
Yeah.
under any influence.
Yeah, me-
So I'd
me
never
too.
do that. But and then third, I actually absolutely hate those scooters. What are they called?
Birds
I
or
hate
lime
those.
bikes.
Yeah, I hate those.
Why, dude? They're so convenient.
Well, because fools are riding them on the sidewalk
Yeah.
and stuff. It's supposed to be like you ride your bike in the
Dude,
street. You ride vehicles in the
you're-
street.
yeah.
Sidewalk.
Is
It's
nothing
for
like
walking, not
nothing like
scooting.
standing. Yes.
Dude, every time we go to San Diego, we have to park somewhere, and I'm like, Phil, let's just get a bird back to where. And he's like, no way, man. I'm not riding one of those things.
Yeah.
What if I fall and break my wrist?
I don't say that. It's more that I would look like an adult child.
Dude, everybody does, though. It's so easy. Oh, my gosh.
And people are always leaving them in really annoying spots too. They like just leave them on their side in the middle of a sidewalk. It's like, come on, leave them on the side of the freeway. Like,
Yeah,
people
I
do
do see
really
them
random,
all over
stupid
the
stuff
place.
with them.
I think they're really convenient. They're really fun, but I'm really scared of getting a ticket, for not wearing a helmet. And like I heard that they're giving tickets for that, but then I see nothing but people. I've never seen anybody wear a helmet riding one of those.
It's true.
No. It's true. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip Would You Rather today, and we're gonna do the question of the day, and then that's gonna be it. Cool with that?
Okay. Yeah, do it.
Everybody all
Okay.
right with that? All right. Question of the day. Oops. Oh, sorry. Oh, boo. Okay, question of the day.
Drum Brigade.
Phil is hysterical over here. What is so funny about these drops, dude?
Little voices. Scoopy bass.
Yeah, dude.
You never smoked weed?
Dude, these drops are like they're like so hard to make, man. It's so hard being creative.
Oh god.
Okay, so the question of the day: what is the best case scenario thing that could happen on a gig for you? You're playing a gig. Best case scenario.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I got one. I got one. If you want me to go first, I got one. Okay, it depends on the gig for me. So if it's like one of my normal like pickup gigs, like for the Schmucky Metals band, and it's like a wedding, I always wish that like the worst case thing could happen. Like the bride like comes in, like we do their grand entrance, right? We're playing like Uptown Funk or something. And they walk in and the bride and the groom like start fighting, or like one of the groomsmen starts fighting. They're wrestling around. They fall on a table, like all the glasses fly up in the air, falls on somebody's head, glass breaks. It's a catastrophe. They call the whole wedding off and they're like, firemen are called. It's just the whole thing that could possibly happen happens. And it's what is it, like a Rube Goldberg thing? What is the thing that like the mousetrap thing that happens where it's like one thing happens and the next thing happens and the next thing happens and the next thing happens? You know what I'm talking about?
Murphy's. Oh,
Yeah.
not Murphy's Law. No,
It's like
not
the
something else.
Rube Goldberg like thing. It's mousetrap. Okay, so like
Okay.
one thing happens and it leads to another and it leads to another and it leads to another and it leads to the gig just getting ended. Like, guys, thank you guys so much, but we just got to call the whole thing off. Like families are fighting each other. Like something happens, something wrong happens. And I get to pack up my drums and go home early and I still get paid for the gig. That's the best case scenario for me. Because it's like an event. I love events that go like south, but it has nothing to do with me. So like I've seen all kinds of things happen on weddings. Like I saw a dude like try to do a backflip on his grand entrance and split open he knocked his teeth out.
What?
Yes.
That's happened?
Dude, we're playing some grand entrance song. The dude is going to be the star of the show and steal the show. Gets to the middle of the dance floor with everybody looking, tries to do a backflip and lands on his face.
Oh, well, he did steal the show.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sure.
knocked his tooth out. He's bleeding everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw there.
Bummer.
I did this like super, like this extremely high end, like wedding for these two dudes. It's like a really extravagant gay wedding. And it was like $1 million wedding, dude. And there was a dude flying they were so particular on everything. Like it was like we had like a 20-piece band. We had two different bands at the same, like I shared this gig with Fig and I was ending the song, like playing the cymbals while he was sitting down and counting in the next tune. They didn't want any gaps in the music. Like it had to be continuous.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, this dude is flying a drone in the, he's flying a drone in the like venue. And they have this ceiling of like flowers. The drone blades catch on the flowers and the drone's like, and then like free falls on a table and breaks all the glasses and all this stuff. And I thought that was the moment, dude. I thought this was finally my dream scenario happening. Like, it was so good. But nothing happened. The wedding
Wait, is
went
this
on.
the same one where someone knocked their tooth out?
No, that was a different
dang.
one. Man, it
I
should have been.
I bundled those in my
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
That was good.
Dude, that's just like two examples. I have like many more examples. So anyways, that's my ideal situation for that type of gig.
Okay.
All right, now what you got? What's your best case
So
scenario?
are we talking We're asking Preston, or are we asking Phil?
Either one.
Go Preston.
Oh man, I would say just everything goes as planned, and you actually leave when you thought you were going to get to leave, and you get paid what they said they were going to pay you.
Yes.
And the band doesn't break up.
Yeah.
That's a good gig.
So
That's
that would be like,
that
would be my scenario for like one of my bands. Like if my band like Shuffle and Bang was playing, it's like, okay,
Sure.
well, we are going to allow you to hang up a banner. The sound is perfect. We're going to like let you guys do whatever you want, and you can play for an hour, and the crowd is going to love you. And oh, here's a tip. You guys were so great.
Yeah. So outside of like doing the touring ensemble when I was going to school, I've never been in a cover band. Maybe I should have said that few things you don't know about Preston. But so the scenario in which I say the band stays together, we all get paid what they said we were going to get paid, we all ate, everything went as planned. That makes more sense when you're doing all originals, right?
Yeah. So my catastrophe scenario is for cover band world.
Nice.
Like a cover band gig. If I'm just counting the minutes until I get to go home when I'm on those. I'm being very real right now. I'm counting down the minutes until I get to go home when I'm playing these weddings and cover band gigs. And like, that doesn't mean I'm not appreciative of the gig. And that doesn't mean I don't love what I do. I would rather do that than like some construction gig or something. But
Amen.
That would be the best case scenario if a catastrophe happened and I got to see it unfold in front of my eyes and I got to go home early and still get paid.
Yes.
All right, Phil, what you got?
Okay. So I've been thinking about it. And I'm thinking, played the gig, everything goes well, sounds great, everything's awesome, everyone's happy with us. And then Predator comes up to the stage, presses some buttons on his little like robot arm guard, and then like pops out $1 billion, those like giant checks that are like huge, like 3-foot checks.
Yes.
Each personally made out to each member of the band for like $1 billion each. And then
that's a good
Predator
gig.
bounces
Did I
on
take
out in a
mine
spaceship.
back? I want that one.
I think I want that one too. I'd be kind of scared. I would be really scared.
And then I teleport home so I don't even have to drive. That's what
it was
up.
the last gig you had to do, you know?
Dude.
That's the best case.
Okay.
At least right now. We'll see next week.
Yeah. I guess that's a good scenario. Yeah, that's a
Never
good
even
scenario.
seen Predator, right?
I don't think so.
We
No.
got to do that. Maybe next week we'll just watch Predator.
If he's handing out $1 billion checks, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, usually he's ripping out skulls. But
See, that's what I would be afraid of. I'd be like, don't touch my drums. Don't get any blood on my drums.
no, he's just giving me a check and everybody else on stage.
I'm down. Which band are you playing with? Cassie B?
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see.
All of them? I want all my friends to get $1 billion.
All right.
I'm not in any bands with you, though.
Dang. I guess I would be. Could you just give me like a little bit? Like,
Just get me to play in one of your bands.
all right. Shoot. That would be the night you would be subbing in one of my bands.
I'll play percussion.
You would be subbing in one of my bands. You would get the money, and I would be like, great. The one gig I subbed out. All right, cool. So that's all the questions for today. That has been our time. Preston, thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and then we'll see you this weekend. We'll catch up again. And then obviously, like, now you see how our show is set up, where we don't really like, it's not really like, how did you get your start in drumming? So we like to have repeat guests on. So we'd love to have you on again whenever you want to come on. And then we'll see you this Sunday at the San Diego Drum Show. One more time before we let you go. It's vesseldrums.com. This event is going to be at the Musicians Union Hall from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in San Diego. It's by SeaWorld, 1717 Morena Boulevard in San Diego. And then it's free admission. Also, how can
Yes.
anybody get in touch with you if they want to order a beautiful Vessel drum kit?
You can reach me through vesseldrums.com, or you can message me on Instagram.
Okay.
Sweet.
If you guys want to get a dope drum set like Phil, like Fig, like Fireman Eric, like a bunch of other dudes, hit them up.
Mm-hmm.
Hit up
Snare
Preston.
drums too.
Snare drums too.
Not everybody needs a kit. You got to have a snare.
Yeah.
Get some
Exactly.
snare in there.
And if you guys want to test some out, come to this San Diego Drum Show this Sunday.
See you there.
Yes. All right. Thanks again, Preston.
See you, Preston.
Later, guys.
Later.
And I can arrange these exotic trips for you guys. Just let me know.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right.
I like to make dreams come true.
I'm so into this.
All right. See ya.
All right. Love you guys.
Drum Brigade.
That was awesome.
Indeed.
That was another good interview, dude. Your favorite company in the freaking world, Phil. So yeah, we had Preston on, and that was cool. We found out a little bit about him. Phil loves his drums. And I like them too, but I play a different company, but we don't need to go into that. I like Vessel drums, but I like Preston as a person.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm making this awkward, dude. Like, all my friends play Vessel drums, and it's dope.
He also has a giant beard. He looks like a Viking,
Yes.
or what you would imagine a Viking. Well, not the horn hat thing, but
He probably has one.
maybe, yeah.
I imagine him like building drums, wearing that Viking hat, and drinking beer out of a stein.
With an axe. Like, he doesn't
Yes.
even use drills or like,
No, it's
Yeah.
all axe. Yeah.
he just does it by hand with an axe.
Anything that he needs to do that's intricate, he chews with his teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope, dude. So that's our show for today. That's it. One of these days, we're gonna get you to do the Phil's cold call.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we can. Like, I think there's legal stuff about recording people without them having given consent.
They don't need to know that.
Well, what?
How did the Jerky Boys do that?
I don't know.
Dude, can
don't
we say
know.
Jerky Boys? Oh no, we're gonna get sued.
Dang it.
No,
No, I just don't know. Like, if we're calling like a mega, like we were gonna call Guitar Center
yeah.
and ask them funny questions, but I don't know if we might get some.
We're gonna have to
legal
look into that.
literature.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look
As a
into that
response.
because I don't think that they, it's not like they're like, thanks for calling Guitar Center. This is Korey Horn. Like, they're just like, this is Steve or whatever, and like that could mean anybody.
Yeah, but you ever notice anytime you call like a service
Oh,
place
I know what we
and
can do.
and it tells you that it's recording you,
Yes.
that's legal.
What if we?
That's-
No, I know how to get around it. We go.
Oh.
The phone rings. We go. Thank you for calling. This is.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get
We
it.
beep out their name.
Oh,
That's why we have a beep button.
okay. Yeah, I could see that. I guess that could work.
Yeah. See,
That
Phil,
way-
you don't know anything.
Except I just said the GC words.
it
Well,
doesn't
maybe,
matter.
Maybe we'll call somewhere else.
We're not
entirely
calling
different.
right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
There goes my career.
Dang. All right. Well, we can try it then.
We'll
That's a good
figure it
point.
out. Well, we need some other. We're working on some new segments, so we'll get that dialed. We need some listener questions. So if you guys are listening to the show, you want to ask us anything, technical questions, any questions from previous episodes, or you want to be like on the show, maybe, just hit us up. Instant message us on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll work it out. We want to have a segment called Listener Questions on this show.
But you got to ask questions.
But you got to ask questions. So if you're not asking questions, then how can we help you? It can be anything. Phil, how do you play an inverted paradiddle?
I'm not telling you.
I'm not telling you. You got to pay him for that. Yeah. He's like, it's
Perfect. Nailed it.
all right, dude. That was it. Once again, dude and dudettes and Funky Phil and everybody else, hit all the subscribe buttons. Get the show on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, YouTube, and drumbrigade.com. It's been another episode. Woo! And we done did it. Oh my God, it's so loud again. We did it. Another episode. Episode 13, Drum Brigade Show. Preston Parsons. Come see us. Be a part of our live show this Sunday. The Musicians Union San Diego Drum Show. Woo! Oh yeah, Drum Brigade.
Yeah, Drum Brigade.
Drum Brigade, Drum Brigade, Drum Brigade.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.